everybody, Splint here. Welcome to Splint Reacts. If you are a returning subscriber, then guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay guys, so I'm gonna be honest, the last 2 episodes of Scrubs that I watched are not my favorite. Like when I was watching them back in editing, I looked quite bored. I ended up Googling, I think it was episode 11 with all the flashbacks just to see how people took that. Apparently it's the worst rated episode of Scrubs, and I gotta admit I'm not surprised by that. Yeah, it just wasn't good. Something else that I noticed in editing was that in episode 12, Dr. Cox had his curls again. So I think the episodes are somewhat jumbled from this point. So yeah, that was kind of weird, and it hit me a lot harder in episode 12, I think because we were still writing this subject of self-harm, right? And you know, that business. I think that topic was easier to take in episode 11 because it wasn't so much focused on the character that they had brought in. It was really just flashbacks, so I wasn't really thinking about it. But the second episode, yeah, it was it's kind of hard for me to swallow that a little bit. I think it was cheapened a little bit because I think that the show in that episode had an opportunity to really delve into that with a little bit more heart, but I think that the comedy, I think I said at the end I thought that the balance was a bit off, and I stand by that. I do think that Elliot came through with like the heart of the episode. I don't think it was punchy enough. But anyways, also I'm wondering if this is going to ruin things for Elliot and Keith. I mean, I don't think there was anything romantic in it, but I probably wouldn't have kissed the guy. Unless because the episodes were jumbled, maybe they've broken up. But anyways, let's just get into the next couple episodes, guys. It's got to be a step up from the last 2. So let's get into episode 13, which is called My Scrubs. Enjoy the reaction.
Hey, Grandpa, little help.
Here you go, sport. Call me Grandpa again, and you and I are going to play a little game called Hide the Wingtip. Be a generational gap here, I'll explain. The wingtip is my shoe. The hiding place is your ass.
You heard him.
Well, let's see what Enid packed for lunch today. A stapler and a golf ball. She's not well. Maggie, how long has your foot been like that? I want you to take good care of my friend Maggie here. Don't worry, take care of you.
Name and insurance, please.
Maggie Kent, and none.
When a patient doesn't have insurance, you have to work around the system. Then you have to convince the morgue guy to sit on the paperwork so the deceased's bed stays open. Deal. Then you have to get the floor nurses to play along.
This is so interesting though.
Then you have to find a surgeon to do the work pro bono.
Dude, I've had a pro bono like all morning. Something might be wrong, 5.
You can't let any higher-ups find out that a patient is uninsured.
Bob, I want to thank you for doing all this, even though I don't have any...
Dr. Kelso, we need to talk to you.
We want to go somewhere with you.
Where?
A spa. We'd like to get some massages.
Oh, I know just the place. So you fellas might want to look the other way. Or not. It's your choice.
Kirk, why are you looking?
It's my neck crick. I can't move.
She calls it the Shanghai surprise.
Oh, God.
No thank you.
Oh, say, Barbie, wait just a second. I gotta tell you, you look... Well, darn it all, you look great today.
What does he want?
I started using that new facial cream made from skins.
Oh.
I'm gonna ignore that one.
Sure shooting you'd look at me just a hair too long and then this would happen.
Oh my god, that poor patient.
I'm in a hurry. I promised one of my patients that I would meet him for his first day of drug counseling. See? I wrote it right here.
Why in God's name do you think I'd care about anything that you wrote down?
You wouldn't.
Nice.
Hey, can you believe who the new drug counselor is?
I just want you all to know that I've been right where you are. I was in this very hospital, scamming that nice doctor over there for painkillers. Can everyone say hi to Dr. Reed?
Lloyd's there.
Girl, can you believe what they sell in these white people magazines? Look here. This is a computer chip that you put in your baby's foot so you can track it.
And white people do the craziest things.
Like bumper stickers. I don't give a damn what you break for.
White people. No, my stepmom is 1/4 Inuit, so I'm part Eskimo. Anyway, small favor. I need your baby.
You leave. You give me that baby LoJack number.
Already told you that.
For white babies?
We were supposed to meet for breakfast.
My bad, I was hanging out with JD and Rowdy, and we decided to pull a prank that we used to do back in the day.
Here comes Ted. Go, 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 pull!
Ghost dog. We have a backup generator. Thank God, I was just bluffing.
I'm telling you, sir, a lifeless ghost dog glided in front of my car wearing roller skates.
Why in the hell are we paying this much money for scrubs?
Maybe people are stealing them.
Now, why would people be stealing scrubs?
Hey, Mom. A guy tried to die on me today, but I didn't let him.
What a friend we have in Jesus.
Been an addict since I was 14. About a year ago, I realized it was time to wake up and get sober.
So you finally just hit rock bottom.
No, I hit a cop. Since I wasn't willing to do the things, you need to do in jail to get narcotics, I got clean.
Name of the game. Raise your hand if you're full of crap. If you don't raise your hand, you're going to lose the game.
You don't know how hard it's been to stay straight.
Been there, brother.
Okay.
Turk! You know I hate that damn dog!
No, it's not bald black doctor. This is the real Rowdy.
Excuse me?
You recall a couple years ago you lost him?
Mm-hmm.
Ruff, ruff.
I think I called him Steven. Rowdy 2.0.
Army in exchange for Steven, an exact replica.
Yeah, okay, so his name was Steven.
Now, I think if your husband knew that he'd been loving
Blackmail.
a fake dead dog all this time, he'd be very unhappy.
You're a crazy person.
Am I? Here's what I want. I want your baby. We already talked about that. I want you to tell that new borderline anorexic nurse to eat a sandwich and then to go salsa dancing with me. Also, I want you to teach me to salsa dance. Lastly, I'm in a little bit of a tiff with the main barista down at Coffee Bucks. He's not above poisoning me, so I'm gonna need you to be my official beverage taster.
I'm just gonna confess everything to Turk.
No, easy boy. We'll get her.
Why can't you just give Sam a break?
The only thing Sam did was to go from being a lying drug addict to being a lying drug addict who works here.
People can change, and you know it.
Nothing ever changes. The artist formerly known as Prince is still just Prince. Grey's Anatomy always wraps up every episode with some cheesy voiceover that ties together all of the storylines. And Newbie continually will try to violate my no-touching policy. And Republicans will forever try to raise sneak hug.
Knew he was coming.
There are 10 orders of Percocet missing from the pharmacy.
Oh, I think I have a pretty good idea who I'm going to give my complimentary urine test to.
How bad is it going to be?
Thanks to modern medicine, you're gonna keep most of your foot. You wouldn't believe how much worse it would have been even a few years ago.
This might hurt it a little. Believe it, how much worse this would have been even a few years ago.
I love the idea of him doing a voiceover as like a caveman.
All right, this is going to be very simple. Whoever has been stealing scrubs is going to raise their hand and be immediately fired. You people leave me no choice. You brought this on yourselves, you thieving bastards.
They're not that bad.
Sorry I skipped out on breakfast to goof around with Rowdy. But you gotta understand, Rowdy is more than just a dead toy to JD and me. We got him together in college.
But the key to the salsa is passion.
And spit.
There were no drugs in Sam's bag, and his urinalysis came back clean.
I actually don't mind the new scrubs. It really makes my outfit pop. Look, I know that you feel stupid for falsely accusing Sam, but it all goes away if you just apologize. If you really thought he was still a drug addict, you wouldn't let him counsel people.
Of course I would. Addicts make the very best counselors because they know just exactly what druggies are going through.
They're currently going through it too.
I don't care what you think. I'm always gonna believe in people.
Good for her.
You brought these caca-colored scrubs on yourselves, folks. And thanks for playing along with that hideous suit, Ted.
Playing along with what, sir?
Nothing. Looking sharp. Wow.
They're not that bad.
When nobody's looking, we grab Steven and make him go bye-bye. Then there'll only be one dog left. So when Lurch suddenly...
Lurch.
Laverne Roberts!
Laverne! I got the keys right here!
He's getting closer.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Maggie. I thought we were going to take care of that foot.
I can get by.
Everyone reacts differently to unpleasant discoveries. Some people get angry.
Save my seat.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
I never got the chance to tell him I loved him.
I mean, guys, I know all about bottoming out. It wasn't long ago that I was out there on my knees praying to the gods for help.
God! Please, God!
God! That was weird. Okay, why don't we call it a day? Brownie you, brownie you, brownie you, brownie you, brownie you.
I think Lloyd did say something about having an addiction early on.
This guy is amazing, okay? He's unbelievable. To even get into his class, you have to bring any drugs you have at home so you're not tempted.
But you have to give your drugs to him?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I found these in my dryer.
Even I have to admit, that's pretty darn clever.
I came up with it when I was shooting up with my sponsor in the back of his El Camino.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this whole moment to find Dr. Barbie, and I'm going to rub it in her face.
Howdy, boys. Remember me?
Ghost dog! Ghost dog!
Poor Ted.
Sorry, you lose. Bye-bye. Oh, and you should still have someone check your coffee before you drink it.
Squid oil.
I just saw Maggie Kent in the park. Why didn't we treat her?
She has no insurance.
Why didn't you fix it while I turned my back and pretend not to notice?
You're gonna threaten to fire us over taking a pair of scrubs. Why wouldn't we think you'd fire us for treating an uninsured patient? And just like that, we got our old scrubs back.
We all left thinking about how important trust is. Dr. Cox let Elliot keep her trust in humankind a while longer.
I just wanted to apologize to you, Sam, for not believing in you.
Why didn't you tell her?
Because this hospital will eventually make her just as cynical as everybody else in the dump. She didn't need my help on that one.
Look at them standing next to each other. Two beautiful dead dogs.
Now, oh my God.
How are we supposed to know who's who?
That's Steven. Don't ask me how I know that.
As for Dr. Kelso,
Carla looks so done.
Want half my sandwich?
Thank you, Mrs. Suarez.
It's Kent, Bob. Maggie.
Okay, so I thought this episode would be way more interesting because I thought maybe we would dive into the whole insurance versus no insurance thing. Because I was looking forward to understanding that a little bit better, but anyways. I understand them not doing it with insurance, but I think more so, like, what happens if they don't have insurance? Like, the way they were going into it. But I'm sure that's not the correct way to go about it. Like, surely you would just, like, lodge an application or find someone, like they said, to do it pro bono. But I'm overthinking it, probably. Despite one very, I think, over-the-line joke, that was pretty solid. That was a good episode. We had, I forget his name, the patient who was the drug addict. I forget his name. But I think having the recurring characters come in is always still fun. I did notice Dr. Cox had hair in that episode as well. Not the best episode of Scrubs that I've watched. Definitely not the best episode of season 6, but it was good. And I think that one was a step up from the last 2 episodes that we've had. Look, I was definitely on Elliot's side about people having a capacity to change, but addiction is like a different beast, isn't it? I don't know if I liked that Dr. Cox didn't tell Elliot, like, it's a nice thought, but also, how do you become a better doctor? Or does Elliot believing the best in people make her a better doctor? I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay guys, so now we have 2 of those stuffed dogs. Now we have Rowdy and Steven. Okay. I'm with Carla. I would have got rid of them ages ago. Anyways, guys, let's get straight into the next episode, which is episode 14, and it's called My No Good Reason.
When a terminal patient seems to have given up, a good doctor will try anything to keep them going.
Betty, there's gotta be something I can do to cheer you up.
I just wish I could see my dog.
It would mean the world to her.
Ever since Elliot went into private practice, Dr. Kelso refused to speak to her. He wouldn't say hello.
Good morning, Dr. Kelso!
She didn't help things by bringing up Kelso's dead dog.
Oh, come on. You brought Baxter to the hospital when he was alive.
Did you want to ask me something?
Can a doctor bring a patient's dog into the hospital for a visit?
I'm going to say the same thing I said to my new gardener when he asked me for Easter off. No way, Jose. His name's actually Jose. That's why I hired him.
So he could say that.
She is super hot. Please don't make a big deal out of this.
Turk, who you talking to? Seen a lot of hot girls. I know how.
Who's that?
JD, this is Heather.
Hi, how are you?
What's up? Oh my God, she's so hot. I have to go hug her. Hello. Keep it together. I can't. I'm gonna make a scene. Just grab my leg. Grab my leg.
See you later.
Thank you so much for helping me sneak Boomerang, janitor.
No problem.
Good boy.
My God.
Oh, what a good boy. What a good boy.
Wait, what happened to all of your cleaning supplies?
It's a bulldog.
I got drunk last night and threw him up in that tree. Anyway, let's do this. Just stay cool.
No problemo.
Guys, that is one of my favorite breeds. They're so cute.
Hey, Carla. Check it out. He's so cute.
Heads up, here comes trouble.
Oh, no, don't worry. Dr. Kelso never makes eye contact with patients.
Morning, sir.
Since Jordan had prenatal surgery, she'd been on bed rest. Dr. Cox, however, was not.
Okay, I made you breakfast. The kitchen's as clean as a whistle. I'm gonna drop Jack off at daycare on the way to work. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I need white chocolate, strawberry seltzer, peppercorn brie, and a Polaroid of the tomato plant that I planted last spring because I'm worried it may have snails. Oh, and if you see that neighbor Lena from down the hall, I want you to roll your eyes and say the word slut under your breath, but loud enough so she can hear.
It sucks about having a hot nanny. I can't even look at Heather without Carla going ballistic. Skeptical Air 5. I just so happen to have a video from my nanny cam that begs to differ.
My mom put a nanny cam in our bathroom.
Oh, directed by Zach Braff, guys.
How'd you assemble everybody so quickly?
Oh, I got the word out.
Here they come.
That is disgusting. I don't let dogs dogs lick my face, but he's so cute.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Reed.
Can you believe how different she looks? I mean, thanks to Boomer, Betty has more energy, her vitals have improved.
Move.
What's up your butt?
Yeah. What is all up in there?
Coming up on the left is my bloated, bedridden ex-wife, who's not allowed to lift a finger, which thankfully leaves it all up to these guys. My waning libido, my crushed soul, and my very last nerve.
Does it help to know that Jesus loves you?
It does not.
Everything happens for a reason.
Are you really trying to tell me that things like New Orleans, AIDS, sugar-free ice cream, crack babies, Hugh Jackman, and cancer all happen for a reason? I'm just not buying that.
Oh my God.
God works all things for good. Romans 8:28.
Bull dinky.
The fact that he included Hugh Jackman in that.
You're so fussy. Why are you so fussy?
I'd let her give me a bath. I don't care if my mom is watching.
Hey, baby. What are you guys watching?
Football?
Isn't the season over?
We're watching Mexican football.
They started late this year because of the churro vendors. They went on strike and the players wouldn't cross the picket line.
When the dispute turned violent, they called in Rodrigo Vasquez.
Thanks to Senor Vasquez's experience dealing with the fruit pickers unions, he was able to broker a last-minute deal.
And that's why we're watching football in the spring.
Whatever.
And then Turk gave us the slightest of nods, which was the universal man sign for, well done, men. She'll never know.
Yeah, okay. She's about to turn it on, right?
Turk, what the hell?
Thank you so much for helping me sneak Boomer in again today.
No problem. I once snuck a mongoose in this thing to kill all the snakes.
Why were there snakes in here?
I snuck them in to kill all the mice.
I spilled soda on my desk this morning and now it's all sticky.
Well, I'm all out. Here, use this. Hey, the little fella figured out the latch.
If I had a dog like that, I would call him Pumbaa.
Oh, gosh darn it. I went ahead and spilled a little coffee. I wonder what the reason was for that.
Okay, I am not moving until you at least offer to help me up.
There is no rhyme or reason to anything.
Why is it so important that everyone believes what you do?
Because I'm right, and I'm the only one with any proof.
I'm still down here.
You don't need proof when the good Lord fills your heart with faith.
Oh, my God.
Ow! Ow.
You're never going to change the way I feel.
Oh, please, I am so angry right now.
You know what? We're no longer speaking.
Guys, I need some help over here.
If I ever catch you eyeballing her again, I will fire her tight little butt. And then you'll get to spend every waking moment interviewing the next 23 fugly-ass candidates.
Oh my God. Haven't heard anyone say fugly in a long time.
Dog has literally helped keep Mrs. Dumbrow alive.
Mrs. Dumbrow passed away this morning at 4 a.m. Tell Dr. Reed there will be consequences for her insubordination.
But the best way to win an argument is to simply leave your opponent speechless.
Patient was stabbed by a guy in a grocery store. She's 8 years old.
Poor darling.
And tell me what the reason is for this.
And bam!
Wow, she's big.
I was thrilled, but then Laverne ruined everything.
There's a reason for this. God's going to show us eventually.
I must break her.
That feels so good. I can't believe I'm about to say this, Pear, but you know how I can never use the word love except in a sarcastic way, like, I love other people's kids, or I love that haircut.
Is this the episode that he shaves it?
You've really been there for me these past few weeks, and I'm really glad I have you.
Dr. Kelso wants me to tell you that he has informed your office that you're temporarily suspended from practicing at Sacred Heart. Just so you know, I told him he was being ridiculous.
What did he say?
Careful, jumpsuit. Who signs your paychecks? And I said, I don't know. The chief accountant, Charles Dickinson or something. I can't read the signature.
Ask Heather out on a date.
Don't worry, buddy. You know how I roll. I need you to find out if she's allergic to anything. That way I'll say I'm allergic to the same thing. Women love that. Gluten, me too! If I lose a patient, I'll be able to cry like I just watched Extreme Home Makeover.
Oh my goodness, I used to love that show.
I need you to ask her on a date right now. Anytime you hook up with a chick, she automatically becomes hideous to me.
Have you seen Carla?
Laverne, excuse me. This is Mr. Peterson. He's that young lady's father, and as you can imagine, he's having...
Is that not Lloyd?
That's not her dad. That's a delivery guy in a sweater.
Okay.
Lloyd. Stay in character. Imagine that this idiot were her father. What the hell would you say to him?
Oh my God, there's a tumor the size of a golf ball right where the knife went in.
I think that's what I'd say.
How'd we do? Great. Go.
I think it's gonna kind of end with her maybe questioning it a little bit, but still having her belief system.
Can you believe Kelso? Dr. Kelso's just angry, Elliot. I mean, have you ever considered it from his side? His hospital trains you for 5 years and you go get a better job.
At the same hospital, which I still don't understand how that works.
Have you ever once thanked him?
But anyways.
So how was your date with Heather?
It was touch and go at the end. I knew you needed me, so I went for it. Italian style. It's not what you want. And just when I couldn't get any better.
JD?
What? Is Joe Manganiello?
Chad Miller, Danny Murphy, Jim
Oh my
Steger.
God.
The 3 football players used to beat me up in high school.
It's like we were wrong about you, man.
What? Guys, oh my goodness.
We're all gay together.
Oh.
You remember Chris and Fisher?
Of course. You turned me down for homecoming and prom, even though I didn't ask you to either one. Come on in.
Enough of this. Let's go bang.
Good for you guys.
And that's why Heather will never look attractive to you again.
Come on, buddy.
Where did I lose you?
How did Krista know Heather's name?
We went line dancing and I cut her with one of my spurs. I'm sorry, buddy.
All right, baby, here it is. Our nanny is very attractive. But you and I were married. Our relationship is rock solid. So I think we both know it's no big deal if I look at her every once in a while, right?
We're gonna have to let you go. So sorry.
Dr. Kelso, I need to talk to you. And I know that you won't speak to me, but that's okay because I just need you to listen. Because I've been petrified if you have stayed up every night for 5 years studying medical books, which I can pretty much now recite in my sleep. You've helped push me to become the doctor that I am today. And for that, I want to thank you. I'm sure that no dog could ever replace Baxter, but this little guy needs a home.
That was a coincidence. It just happened to go into the exact right spot. You do not get a win for dumb luck.
That's the way you choose to see the world, and so be it. But don't you dare try to take this away from me. I've been coming in here every day for 24 years, watching children die and seeing good people suffer. And if I quit believing that there was a bigger plan behind all this, well, I just wouldn't be able to show up tomorrow. So just stop it.
I'm sorry.
It was awful that Jordan had to have prenatal surgery. But how have you two been since then?
I'm really glad I have you.
Better than ever?
So maybe sometimes bad things do happen for a reason. Like your hot nanny getting fired.
Jesus.
You know, for a half-breed baby, your parents have some pretty nice stuff.
She was a racist thief.
Smoking hot racist thief.
Or how getting suspended can get a relationship back on track.
Dr. Reed. Consider your suspension over. That said, you're still a ridiculous excuse for a doctor.
Talk to me.
Or how facing a tough situation can bring you closer together.
How's that, baby?
She's hanging in there.
Around here, if you start believing that bad things happen for a reason, it hurts that much more when they don't.
What's with all the sad faces?
Laverne was in a car accident on her way to work. She's in a coma and unresponsive.
What?
Why we live this way, we do it every day.
Oh my god. Okay. I have to watch the next quality episode, okay? And I'm really, really happy about the way this one went. It, like, oh my goodness. Okay, so here's what I think, all right, relax. I really think that so far season 6 has been struggling to hit with the heart. And the last episode was quite funny. What was that? Episode 13 was kind of funny. But this one had so much heart. Oh my god. So far, I think that this episode had the best balance between the humor and the heart. I definitely see both sides of Perry and Laverne's arguments. I grew up in a Christian faith, but I think that I kind of found my own path the older I got, because I was in the same boat and I was like, well, I understand why Dr. Cox doesn't believe that. Like, it's just, I feel like you have to do a lot to convince somebody to leave their faith, right? I don't know, I feel like Dr. Cox trying to change her opinion and saying, I'll break her, you know, like, yeah, it's funny, but it's not gonna work. And to try to change somebody's belief system is not an easy thing to do. So, I don't know, that's such a personal journey that everybody's gonna go through, I guess. But I understand both sides. I understand Dr. Cox, like, he's just kind of a realist. You could argue this for days. Like, Laverne has her faith, and that's great, and that's a beautiful thing for her to believe. But if somebody else doesn't, then that's okay. I have personally come from two parents that have had very different upbringings, and that's always been a bit of a battle. On one side, I've had a parent who grew up very Christian, and on one side I have grown up with somebody who still understood a high power, but it was very, very much based in culture and spirituality. Anyways, that's just a can of worms that I feel like I can't delve into today. That would be a very long video, but I hope Laverne pulls through. And I must say, guys, I'm not gonna get into what I believe personally, but I see both sides. I understand why people need to believe in something bigger than themselves in order to make sense of things that happen in the world, and then I understand why people don't. Anyways, that was a really good episode. I'm really hoping we don't lose Laverne after that. I feel like I have to watch the next two now. But yeah, great episode. One of the better ones so far this season. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the reaction, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for future Scrubs reactions and other videos that will be dropping along the way. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!